Which equation, we're talking about one of these four equations, is equivalent to this equation? All right? We're going to pick A, B, C, or D as our answer. Now, let's look at the equation. Let me read this to you first. This is 3 times, and the answer to a subtraction problem, that's what this is, it's 1 minus 3x. The answer to a subtraction problem is a difference. So this is 3 times the difference of 1 minus 3x. 3 times the difference of 1 minus 3x equals 5 minus 2 times the difference of 3 minus 3x. Okay, that's the way you could read that. So it's 3 times the difference. So we're saying 3 times 1. We're going to distribute the 3 onto the 1. 3 times minus 3x. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Equals 5 minus 2 times 3. Minus 2 times 3. Minus 2 times a minus 3x. A negative times a negative is a what? Okay, and 2 times 3x is 6x. Now we have 3 minus 9x equals, and I have 5 take away 6. 5 minus 6, which is a minus 1. Then you get to write the 6x. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do, we want to get rid of one of these x's here. When you have x on both sides, the first thing you want to do is get rid of one of them. Which one do I get rid of? Do I get rid of the minus 9 or the plus 6? Well, I do kind of the unusual thing here. Most people want to get the variables on the left side. I don't care if the x's are on the left side or on the right side. What I want to do, if you have a choice of getting rid of minus 9x or a plus 6x, get rid of the smaller of the two. Now, which is smaller, minus 9 or positive 6? Well, negative numbers are always smaller than positive numbers. So if you have a choice of getting rid of the negative 9 or the plus 6, we are going to get rid of the minus 9 with a what? A plus 9x. Put that here and put it where else? Put it under the 6x. Okay? Now, I say get rid of the smaller of the two. The real reason I want to get rid of that is I will no longer have a negative 9x here. This will be 0x, and I won't even have to write it. 0 times x is 0. What will I have over here? I'll have 6 plus 9 is 15. So I'll have a positive 15x, and that's what I really want to have is a positive coefficient. All right? Now you're going to have a positive 15x, and you're going to have the negative 1 by it, aren't you? Well, let's get rid of the minus 1. So I'll have 15x all by itself over here. All right, so let's add 1 to this negative 1, add 1 here. You can't just add it here, you must also add it over here underneath the 3. Okay, now watch what happens. You have 3 plus 1 is what? These cancel. You have your equals, and minus 1 plus 1 is 0. And then I have 6 plus 9x is 15x. Okay, so I end up with a positive coefficient for x. Now, how many terms do I have now? 1, 2. When you have two terms, one here and one here, that's when you get rid of the coefficient of the variable. Now, if you don't know what coefficient is, think about which of these is the variable. The variable is always the letter, isn't it? It's always the unknown. So this is my variable. The coefficient of the variable is the 15. So when you have two terms, you divide by the coefficient of the variable. What are we going to divide by? What is the coefficient? So I'll take 4 and divide it by 15, and I'll take the 15 and divide it by 15. So over here, 15 over 15 is 1. 1 times x is x. This equals this fraction. And of course, you could write the x first if you want to, which I like having the x over here. Okay. All right, now, let's think now. This line right here matches one of our 4 answers. Let's erase everything but that. In fact, let's copy that down up here. Put the 15x first, and then put the 4, and then let's match it with one of these 4. Which one do we pick? C. So this is equivalent to this.